darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
So last night I watched the Wonder Woman movie. You know, the one that everyone was excited about when the first trailer came out? Movie that made over $800 million in the box office. One of the best movies of the entire year. Yeah, I gotta say, it was pretty below average.
That's a recycled joke from the movie. You'll understand if you've seen it, but then again, it wasn't that funny the multiple times they used it, so I guess maybe it wasn't that much of a good inside joke.
Like, I have a real problem with these sort of movies because the trailer, to me, it looked like it probably would have been a good movie, looked like the director sort of had a vision, but then when you watch the movie, the entire thing is just fucking convoluted and all over the place. The plot is just shit. The first 20 minutes of the film is just them establishing who she is, but with no real character development whatsoever. And you can be all like, there's character development. No, there really isn't. There is no character development. She's a little girl, she gets a story told to her, and then it flashes forward like to her when she's a teenager, and then quickly flash forward to her at the age she is now. It's just all them like training montage, training montage. You can't do the training montage because we don't want her to know who she is. But then again, she has to know who she is. Training montage, training montage. Oh shit, she's standing by this cliff and randomly this plane just comes and crash lands in the ocean. I'll save this guy. People are attacking. Oh no, I'll just go use my training. No, actually, instead I'll just hide behind this fucking rock and let everyone else do all the fucking stupid slow motion bullshit action scenes. Wow, what a great warrior you are. You sit behind a rock while all your friends are dying around you, then one person gets shot and you're like, no, that person was my friend for like the first 20 minutes. She taught me how to fight even though I didn't actually fight at all in this one scene. Oh no, great writing, guys. Like the whole movie, she has like the mentality of a 6-year-old and she asks just as many questions as one. She's such a naive person that will believe anything anyone says. There's so many fucking sexist jokes in this movie, and like they tried so hard, so many times to make jokes land, but they just didn't land. The one part when she literally leaves the island, she was on this boat with Chris Pine, and he's all like, you don't lay with women, no, this is not that way. And she's forcing him to come and lay with her. And for like 10 minutes straight, it's just innuendos after sexual jokes that are like catered towards the PG sort of like rating. And it's just pointless. It was just pointless having them there. You could have cut that scene down from that 10 minutes to about 2 minutes and cut all that bullshit out of it, and you still would have the exact same character, probably being just as dumb and naive as she is in the entire film anyway. There's like a scene just after she does the whole dress up moment where she's got a shield in her hand and the sword in the other hand, and she's trying to get out this door, and it's like, oh, it's a comedy of errors. She can't get out this turning sideways door because she doesn't understand the technology. But she's standing there with a fucking giant shield and a huge sword in her hand, and people are walking past like it's just a normal thing. It's just a normal thing that this woman is walking around with a fucking weapon in her hand, and people just look at her just like, oh, that woman's quite lovely looking, isn't she? Ha ha ha. Those scenes aren't even funny. They're stupid. And it just makes it even dumber having that shit in there. So much slow-mo in this film that wasn't needed. There's like parts in the movie, like the one major part of the movie when she's like at this war scene, which I'll get to later on, that they use slow-mo for this bullet to slowly come towards her, and then in real time she's like, ping. Hold on a second, wasn't it in slow motion a second ago? And you're fucking deflecting shit at a normal speed? It makes no fucking sense. The whole war thing was just fucking stupid in the movie as well. Like just before they get there, they're like, we're gonna get a couple of guys to come with us, you know, we'll have our ragtag posse of men. And they go to this bar and they meet a couple of people that are his like friends and whatnot. They're gonna like get to come go to war. And she's all like, these people don't look like they're really good at what they do. And they're all debating and whatnot. Random guy rocks up with a gun, is all like, hey, I've got a beef with this guy here, I'm just going to shoot him. And she jumps from across the other side of the table, disarms the man, punches him so hard, he flies across the pub. He flies across the pub and slams into the freaking ground, and no one even bats an eyelid at it. They're just like, oh, totally fine with her just joining them. They're not just like, holy shit, how did she do that? How the fuck did she throw that guy double the size of her across the room? No one even fucking questions it. One guy even cracks a shitty joke, and
I'm both frightened and the roast.
you're like, we're just moving on now? Oh, we're just moving on. Okay, then cool. You go to the trenches in the war, and randomly, and she's established she can speak like multiple languages and whatnot. Yeah, just go with it, alright? And she walks past this lady with this baby in this trench with all these people that are shooting, and she's like, talks her language to her, and the lady's like, there's women and children over there dying. And straight away she's like, we have to save them. And the guy turns to her and is just like, we've held this place for over a year and haven't moved an inch. It's no man's land. So anyway, she gets up and she jumps out of there, and they do the whole action scene. She kills like fucking 15 people, 2 machine guns, and a tank. And it's like, hey, liberated. That was what was holding you down? That was what took a year to advance? A tank, 2 machine guns, and like fucking handful of soldiers? Like the fight in the city itself, it was like, the moment it kicked off is like slow motion. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. It's going to be a big fight scene. It's like the cheesiest shit. They get into the town and she's like, all right, cool. Really bad CGI, jumping around, flipping, kicking people, punching them through windows, running on rooftop, and then she jumps down and she pulls out her truth whip and she whips like fucking 6 people to the ground. And every single one of those people looked so CGI. If you whip it fast enough, no one will notice. Her whip's flipping around at a different speed to people falling over at different speeds. I didn't know she was super fucking fast. It's just so far-fetched and stupid. Like, she deflects a bullet at one point back into the barrel of the gun. It's either the greatest fluke deflect ever, or you're trying to tell me that she's just really fucking skilled at deflecting bullets. She like jumps through this fucking building, it looked like a church or something, through this building, exploding the roof of the building to kill this one guy. And she's all like, I've done it, yeah. But then, moments later, like, an explosion goes off and she's like, oh, I'm all deaf, I can't hear anything. You slammed your body through a building multiple times and deflected bullets with your hands. You deflected a fucking mortar with your shield and it blew up centimeters away from your feet. And yet an explosion like 10 minutes later renders you deaf for like a good 2 minutes, so you couldn't conveniently hear what the hero has to say before he takes off and commits suicide for the better good. The dude takes off in the plane with all the gas cylinders in it and whatnot, and he's like, right, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this plane with all this gas. Okay, you can either fly it out over the ocean and ditch it in the ocean, or you can fly it to England even and drop it off there. No, instead of that, I'll just fly it up in the air, like, 50 feet up in the air, and just shoot one of the gas canisters and explode the whole goddamn plane. What a stupid fucking moment. Why did they kill him off like that? Just like, what? So he killed himself? What a retard.
And it's what I'm going to do.
I'm quite sure that Gal Gadot can't do Americanized accent, or like even an English accent, or any accent whatsoever. So her half Israeli, broken English sort of accent is copied by everyone else on the island because they have to speak the same. It's the dumbest thing. Like, hire someone to teach her how to speak with a dialect at least, so she can pronounce words, not just ramble out random shit and hope that it sounds good. They made the whole "you're not dressed for the occasion" joke like 6 times, and I don't even know why. Like, the joke wasn't funny the first time. The joke was kind of like, oh, I get it, yeah, okay, yep. And then the next time it was like, yeah, I get it, yeah. Oh, there's a dress-up montage now where you're going to show her all this sort of stuff. Okay, cool. Oh, you're still doing the dress for the occasion joke. I get it. It's not funny. Move on. Scene where she's dressed up in this nice blue dress, and she's got the sword in the back of her dress and all that. You can only see the handle and whatnot. And then all of a sudden she's like, we've got to kill this guy. And she takes off on her horse, and her dress is flapping around, and she takes a corner, and her dress literally falls off. And all of a sudden she's in a Wonder Woman outfit with the lasso, the fucking bracelets around her arms, the fucking headband, and the sword. And then you're like, hold on a second. You didn't have those bracelets, the headband, and the lasso underneath the dress, did you? Oh, you did? How the fuck didn't it show up in the dress that was tightly fitted to your body? But didn't like the music, didn't like the directing, didn't like the writing, didn't like any of the acting. The sidekicks were pretty shit. None of the characters in the movie I actually remember did anything interesting. The fight sequences at the start were stupid. The CGI was bad. The trailer was crap. Yeah, I guess I didn't really like anything in this movie. Nothing at all. I like that it ended. Don't go see it. Well, it's not in cinemas anymore. Don't pay to rent it. Actually, you know what? Pay to come in to rent that movie so that the video store still makes profit. Only so you can come back and say, holy shit, Dave, that movie actually was pretty bad. I can't believe that movie was made. What the fuck is that? Did he rock up the set with that, or did they cut like that? Klein? Ting, 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 ting.